अप्ययन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक् प्राणश्चक्षु श्रोत्रमथो बलमेन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मेस्तु तदात्मनि निरते य उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Om. May all my limbs attain strength. May the body, the mind, all the sensory and motor organs and the life force become powerful and efficient. All is verily the absolute, one without second, ever blissful, ever conscious existence called the Brahman. May I never deny Brahman. May the Brahman never reject me either. May all the virtues necessary to experience this truth in life and which have been described by the scriptures be with me. I shall speak what is appropriate. I shall speak the truth. May that protect me. May that protect the teacher. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Let us feel the oneness or non-duality of our existence. All the duality is created by the changing names and forms. The substance remains the same. All different waves, they have different shapes which changes. These waves rise and fall. The unchanging, ever existent, one without second, ocean alone remains. So also we can see the Brahman, the substance in all changing forms. remains the same. That is our true nature. That is the source of all existence, consciousness, and bliss. The goal is to experience that. Om, peace, peace, peace. So, let us continue with the discussion on the uh, great, highly illuminating and entertaining too story of churning of the ocean. And we had seen some part of it, and we shall continue from there. Let us begin with our usual opening chant. Huh? Pardon? Volume is too low. What can I do about it? That Eze can do. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Eze. So increase your volume now for chanting. जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत् सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि. That from whom creation, sustenance and dissolution of the universe take place, who is both the instrumental and material cause of it, who is omniscient, is the only one having self-mastery, being the one independent entity, who illumined the mind of Brahma with the Vedic revelation, whose wisdom is the wonder of even the greatest sages, in whom the world of the three gunas subsists, just as the combination of materials like fire, water, and earth subsist in their causes without changing their elemental nature, in whose consciousness there is nothing false. On that truth supreme we meditate. The form of meditation. As you know, meditation can be done in various different ways. And one of the forms which is uh, comparatively easy for us is to think of the play of God. That think of that God not as a stationary point to just meditate on, but feel that that God is playing in various ways, appearing in all different small and big forms, and having amazing sports. So that attracts our mind, gets glued on it, and that becomes a meditation. It is called Leela Dhyana. Our Swami Atmajnanananda ji from Washington DC gave a talk on this Leela Dhyana, meditation on the divine sport of God, so that the mind can always, while feeling interested, because just sitting for meditation, it is important and good. Please don't take me otherwise. But uh, it is very few of us can do it properly and for a long time. Soon the body becomes restless. Mind never came to actually rest, to feel restless. So all that meditation doesn't proceed much. But then these stories being very enchanting, very attractive, they make the mind go along, and you are going along with God. Just as while reading a novel or a play, your mind keeps on going along with the characters there. You feel kind of one with those characters. You follow them and imagine also what's going to happen next and so forth. Because that is how our minds are constituted, and therefore this becomes a very helpful way of meditating on God. That please do not, again I am telling this as an important thing, do not therefore stop your sitting and concentrating meditation. And this is in addition and not a substitution. So uh, we saw that story began with the devas, the angels, or the good tendencies in us. This is all allegory about our good tendencies and our evil or not so good tendencies, spiritual tendencies, and the tendencies for enjoyment of this world. They both exist in a spiritual aspirant. The spiritual aspirant has to eliminate the anti spiritual tendencies gradually. But they are there. So, it is, if they are not there, we are established in truth. So, therefore, till we are not established in truth, the term sadhaka or aspirant is used. The aspirant is like a traveler. Traveler you are till you reach the destination. When you reach the destination, then the travel comes to a halt, comes to an end. So, therefore, these anti-spiritual tendencies, they very often overpower the spiritual tendencies. And why? Because of the rise of ego and complacence. That, oh, I have done enough. This is, after all, none of my friends, colleagues, or relations do even half of that. Look how far I have advanced. So that thought creates a dullness. Oh, enough, enough, take it slowly, take it easily, don't stress too much. These thoughts do make inroads in the minds of spiritual aspirants. Yes or no? Huh? What? No? Or yes? Huh? Yes. Hmm? So this is the described as the war, the tussle between the angels and the demons, devas and asuras. So then, when this happens, the spiritual tendencies they become weakened. Now they approach the Lord again, and then the Lord wants us to take up the cudgels, work hard. One has to work our way hard. It is. So then gradually you will be able to contain those demonic tendencies. So God helps. God helps, as they say, God helps those who help themselves. In Bhagavad Gita also, you are told that you have to uplift yourself. Uddhared Atmana Atmanam. That it is, you have to lift up yourself. God will do everything. Don't fall prey to such ideas that yes, God does everything, but you have to work. And then you see God does everything. God is doing everything, but you have to work hard. Till then, the grace of God doesn't get experienced. So, therefore, we saw that God told them that you have to churn the ocean. Churning a little jar, water or milk in a jar, that is easy enough. But churning the whole ocean, and then you therefore require implements and all like that. Like when they make, huge quantity of food where hundreds of thousands of people come for taking food every day. I heard that at the ongoing great congregation of devotees, unique in its sense, Kumbh Mela. So, uh, some organization is going to provide food for 100,000 or 200,000 every day, 3 times a day. So now those who are used to cook for a small kernel family like 3 people, 4 people, and they will find it difficult, even to think about that proportion. It is, once I went to one place very well known for feeding like this in Karnataka state of India, Dharmasthala. So, Dharmasthala, don't confuse it with Dharmashala. It is Dharmasthala is where daily, morning, evening, about 100,000 people eat food. It is known for that. They have a huge hall, dining hall, and then they do this steam cooking. Every 7 minutes, about 300 pounds of rice gets done. Imagine. 300 pounds of rice gets done every 7 minutes. So, uh, we will find it difficult. Many complain against our half an hour rule also for say what 6 7 people. Still, it is, but that is how the arrangement is. Huge, big cauldrons, and it is interesting to see whole arrangement. What I mean is, it is churning of the ocean. Imagine you do not, you cannot do it with your small churning rod and just like that. No, you need a huge churning rod. And what is that? The Mount Meru, what is presently thought of as Himalayas. The Himalayas is to be put there for churning of the whole huge ocean. And then the uh, Lord told that you first have to work together. You go and have uh, friendship, remove the enmity with the demons, agree to their terms of this truce. Let us agree for that because we need their help. It is instead of just hating them, let us take help of them. Come together. This will reduce one's ego. That you have to approach now those whom you think enemy. People take silly vows. I will never see your face in life again. Yeah, big vow. Even little children, they take such vows, isn't it? That, oh, they have a little fight with some friend while playing, and then they say, I will not see your face all my life. That all my life lasts for about 5 minutes. So it is that enmity has to be removed. So therefore Lord tells go and make friends with those demons, asuras, and agree to their conditions. Take a junior position, not is the bossy position, and thus promise them that we have to churn the ocean which will bring out the nectar, and you will get that. So they will be happy to help out. So, thus the team was made. Now you need a rope of that. So the celestial snake, who is supposed to be about 1,000 miles in length. Can you imagine a snake of that size? No. But this is how these stories are. 1,000 miles snake. That would be wound around the mountain, and then the mountain, both sides they will churn. We saw some of the aspects of that story earlier, and I will desist from repeating everything because otherwise we will not proceed at all. So it is the churning began with the demons holding the mouth side of the snake, and that was strategy planned by the Lord, that because all the heat, fire from this snake's mouth will then be faced by the demons. So strategically he made the demons hold on to that, and these devas, they held the tail part of it, and the churning began. It is, as you see, the Lord had to bring the mountain. The demons and the angels tried with their full strength, but could not really carry much farther. So, after they were completely exhausted, the Lord, with his vehicle Garud, brought it on the wings and kept it in ocean. So then uh, the mountain was sinking. So Lord took the form of a big this turtle, huge turtle. The turtle also like the mountain, big mountain to support that mountain. It is this turtle also was a few thousand miles long. So don't expect to see that turtle in your lakes. It is so this huge turtle, and so it was supported on that huge turtle, and uh, the turtle was so big and so the back was so tough that as the churning was going on, the turtle felt as if the back is getting scratched. That's all. When you have some itching in the back, then if you scratch, then you feel better. So the turtle was feeling that wow, somebody is scratching my back. And then still it was not very stable. So Lord on the top puts his hand to make it stable. So it is like that the journey was going on and on. Uh, when their force was getting a bit slackened, the uh, Lord became the strength of the Devas and Asuras, and he became the anesthesia for the snake Vasuki. Being the body was being rubbed uh, so fast. Naturally, it would feel the scratches and the pains, but Lord provided the anesthesia. That okay, you will not feel anything. Come on. The point here is that God is doing actually everything, but making us do things. It is, you see, all the spiritual practice, the God is doing everything, but uh, we have to do it. God's grace is like that. In the ninth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, ninth or tenth, I am a little bit confused, most probably ninth, that God says that I give them the shower my grace. How? Tesham evanukampartham aham ajnanajam tamha nashayami atmabhavastu jnanadipena bhasvata. A very beautiful verse. How is my grace? That I give them my grace, that anukampartham. I became full of compassion for them, and thus uh, I give them a lamp of knowledge. And then that way removes the ignorance from their heart. So God gives the light, God gives all the strength, everything, but you have to work. So these devas and asuras and all, they are working hard. It is, imagine, how, sorry friends, all that is going on very forcefully. One gets tired, but then when you are working, some big project is to be done, then you keep on working hard. Mm. Something has gone in the nose, it seems. So, anyway, and thus, this is going on and on, but you feel enthusiastic. Oh, this is to be completed. This has to be completed today. Therefore, you have deadlines. Oh, this work has to be done by today. Then, although you are feeling sleepy, you say, no, no, I cannot now afford to rest. This has to be done. Energy comes, come on. Just I will take a cup of coffee and not sleep the whole night. Let me work hard. And it gets done. It is, yeah, I will do it gradually. I was thinking of doing it next week. That would never happens then. One has to now. Come on, in 2 hours I have to finish the work. Many times I request the devotees and join myself also that come on, this is to be done in 3 hours. Swami, it cannot be done in 3 hours. May not be. Let us try. Let us try. Let us join our forces. Come on, put your shoulder and do it. And then many times instead of 2 hours, it gets done in 1.5 hours also. Sometimes it is instead of 2 hours, it may take 3 hours. But the point is that one has to put all energy in that. Come on, do not slacken. That enthusiasm makes us work and work and work, putting all our energy. You do not even then think of sleeping. Complete everything and then, done now. So it's like that. So this work is going on, and then, but in all such big endeavors, there are points when the expected results are not coming, but something unexpected, terrible thing happens. Hmm. So, in this project, that also happened. What happened was, um, the appearance of the poison Kalakuta, the biggest poison in the world, that is called Kalakuta, Hala Hala or Kalakut, that it is that came. This is just as what I was telling to enthuse them. The Lord also joined the churning with all might. Come on, the Lord also is working. Let us do all work. When that is, everybody was fired up. You can see below. Just this is a pictorial thing. Uh, I should have some artist at hand to do all these things. Uh, that Vishwajit should have been invited as a help anyway. So, but he has better, more important things than this. So, it is the tortoise also is jumping about here and there to keep that mountain stable. God is working himself with all might, and the demons and the angels both are churning, churning, churning. And then came out suddenly the poison came out instead of nectar. Ah, nectar was supposed to come, Amrita. That is what they were all looking for. But first came this poison, Kalakuta. It is described that it is how horrible. Uh, so, with the furious abandon of drunkards, they churned the ocean with the mountain with all their might. Now the Asuras who were holding the head of Vasuki, they all their names are given, and they started, uh, having all these fire flames because of this scorched, and they faded like the sarala tree in the forest fire. It became quickly all burnt and so forth. I don't know exactly what this Sarala tree in English would be called, but some commonly known tree which, when it is fire, it gets all destroyed. On account of being exposed to the unbearable heat and smoke issuing from the eyes, face, and breath of the serpent Vasuki. The Devas too had their luster effaced by the flaming breath of the serpent, and their face, clothes, wreaths, and coats all turned grey with smoke. Just then, what God did then, just to bring them cool, that is what happens if you are very uh, tremendously worked. God brought shower, mm, so that uh, rained a shower over them, while a breeze cooled by the waves of the ocean fanned them. When that no Amrita was coming, so, but this thing came up. It's from the sea, full of aquatic creatures like timi, sea elephants, alligators, and whales. The violent churning threw up various kinds of fish and amphibians until the virulent and notorious poison called also Kalakuta emerged. Hala Hala or Kalakuta emerged. Its fiery, penetrating, and fatal fumes spread everywhere, quickly above, below, and all the sides. O king, terror stricken and defenseless, the Prajapatis and all the celestials hurried to take shelter at the feet of the Lord Sadashiva. They ran there. Somebody who can save them from this spreading poison. So, the poison now, who wants poison? uh, that it is to be removed, but who is going to work to remove it? Who has the capacity, who has the power to do that? So it was, they all went to Lord Shiva to see if he can be of help in that direction. So they praise. Then when you want something to be done, then you praise that person. Nice, huh? It is like one gentleman told that his uh, daughter, when he starts saying that, oh dad, you are so good, you are so kind hearted, you are wonderful, and all that, uh, I simply ask her, how much do you want? Instead of cut the crap. No, it is tell just what, how much do you want? And so you praise to please that being, and there is this big hymn to Shiva that you are so compassionate and you always are ready to do the sacrifice for the good of the world. Swami Vivekananda has composed a very beautiful hymn on Shiva, a very nice Sanskrit hymn. It is that Shiva Stotram, that Nikhila Bhuvana Janma Sthema Bhanga Praroha. So there he mentions this, that how without caring for oneself, for the good of the world, you drank the poison. You drank the poison for the good of the world without caring for yourself. So that is why he says you are the ideal of the monks, that you only sacrifice your life for others. So this is the Shiva. So it is, they praise, O all-pervading being, when thou, who art pure self-awareness, dost will to create, preserve and dissolve this universe. Thou dost then assume thy power, Maya, with its threefold aspects of Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, in association with which thou comest to be known as Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva. Thou art the subtle truth of Brahman. See, you will see this as Swami Vivekananda has described this in Bhakti Yoga and other treatises about it, that who is greatest amongst these deities? Hmm. In Shiva Purana, Shiva is the greatest. In Vishnu Purana, Vishnu is the greatest. So, in Devi Purana, Devi is the greatest. So, who is greatest? Whom you worship it as Brahman. That is the idea there. That is the greatest, all inclusive. So, that is why it has been told that one can meditate only on Brahman. Whatever deity one may be meditating on, it should be all inclusive. Otherwise, what happens is something gets left out. If you are meditating on this, not that, then from your meditation that gets left out. So, and thus you are not realizing the whole truth. So, your ideal must be an inclusive, all inclusive ideal. So, therefore, when it is told to meditate on any chosen ideal, that chosen ideal has to be Satchidananda, the whole existence, consciousness, bliss. If it is a particular one, then it will not work. Then this and this, then the quarrels emerge. The quarrels of, Jesus is superior to Krishna, Jesus is better than Moses, Buddha was no good, all that. But if you have this attitude that they are all representations of Brahman alone, they include everything, nothing is left out. This is very important. Because if something is left out, then your meditation will waver. It will go to that left out thing also. Oh, then I will miss on that. What is that fear called? Uh, uh, FOMO. Fear of missing out. Yeah. So FOMO. Oh, I will get this, but I will miss that. So it is, therefore, what you meditate must be all inclusive reality. So the and the praise continues that there are some who indulged in meaningless criticism of the that oh Shiva, it is in Shiva Mahimna Stotra it is there that oh this Shiva is always keeping that his consort that Parvati with him. So also he is staying in the cremation grounds. Smashaneshva Krida Smarahara Pishacha Sahacharaha. A man is known by his company, the company he keeps. Who is the company of Shiva? All the ghosts. They are his playmates. These uh, such crazy beings. So it is that is how you are. And yet, in spite of your food plate, the plate in which you eat food is what? A human skull that you found in the cremation ground. Would you like to use that as a plate for taking food? Even the thought will make you shudder away. But that is the plate for his food. And that is Nrikaroti Parikaraha. All these Amangalyam Sheelam, all inauspicious things you put on, they surround you, but still your purity is so high, so intense, that in spite of all these, uh, even somebody who thinks of your name, that person becomes instantly pure. Tathapi smartrinam varad paramam mangalamasi. Just those who think of you, they attain the highest. So this is how that Lord Shiva is and praised. And then Shuka continues with this story. Seeing the miserable condition of the Devas, the merciful Lord Shiva, the friend and well-wisher of all, felt extremely pained and said as follows to his consort Sati. Shiva said, O Bhavani, see the pitiable plight of beings harassed by the poison Kalakuta produced at the churning of the milk ocean. I have to give shelter to them in their effort to save themselves, affording protection for the weak and the suffering is the only object and justification of lordship. Lord means if you are a ruler, a lord, then this is what you have to do to provide protection for those who suffer, who are lowly, who need that kind of service and protection. So you have to, while beings under the infatuation of power of the Lord are ordinarily at discord with one another and are bent on mutual destruction. The enlightened holy people who have realized the transitoriness of life seek to give protection to other creatures even at the expense of their own lives. This is how the Shiva is depicted. That so the uh, speaking thus to Devi Bhavani, the Lord, who is the protector of the worlds, got ready to drink that poison with the approval of the Devi who knew the Lord's power. They so he took it in the palm of his hands and calmly drank that poison. Mm. This is how the Shiva made the world survive. All started praising this tremendous act, the poison that was otherwise creating havoc for everyone. Who is to save the world from that? And thus Shiva, uh, without any hesitation, drank that poison. So, uh, the then Mahadeva, the protector of the worlds, collected the spreading poison of Kalakuta in his palm and drank it with a heart full of love and pity for all beings. The poison, born of the ocean, showed its destructive power even on this divine uh, on divine being, the Lord of the worlds. It turned his throat blue. Mm. Vikaropi shlagya. That is how Shiva Mahimna hymn describes this. Vikaropi shlagya. That Bhuvana Bhaya Bhanga Vyasaninaha. That vikar. Now, if it is a stain, normally it is not, doesn't look good. It is a stain. But normally you will try to cover it up or remove it. But if it is the sign of some great act of valor and heroic this thing venture, then you will proudly show it that this is, this hand. You see this scar here. When I was fighting those robbers, I got wounded here. So you will proudly show that because that is the sign of your courage. So this blue spot, the throat has become black. Many would then ask, why your throat became so dark? Oh, that's a very good story. And then the greatness of Shiva comes out, becomes known to all because of this sign that his throat thus became blue. Vikaropi shlagya. Shlagya means praiseworthy. This drinking of poison became then the praiseworthy thing, and then the devoted good men generally feel the suffering of others as their own. Such fellow feeling for others is the highest form of worship of this supreme being. This is how this part is so beautiful, that highest worship, feeling the compassion, the fellow feeling, feeling the sufferings of somebody as one's own suffering. It is that is the highest kind of worship, because there you feel the oneness of the Atman. The being is one, in same being in all different bodies. So the pain of somebody is felt as one's own pain. So it is uh, on hearing about it, high and communist, uh, high and communes were bestowed on this act of worshipful uh, great Lord Shiva, the Lord of Lords, Deva Deva Mahadeva, as they say, the Lord of all Lords. And then uh, everybody, Brahma and Narayana, they all praised him. The flowers were that sprayed on them, and the small portion of poison which happened to fall from the Lord's hands while drinking was appropriated by scorpions, serpents, poisonous plants, and other poisonous creatures. That is why they became poisonous. So it is now the churning continues. Various articles started coming up. That is the next chapter, and we shall take it up at appropriate time next Friday. We shall have the discussion of that. What other things came, big things, certain things, the demons they wanted, they took that. Some certain things, for example, the horse, Uchchai Shravas, a very beautiful horse, very capable, and Devas wanted it, but the Asuras wanted it. The Lord said, let them have it. It is all strategy. Sri Ramakrishna described that how, for the big cause, you must sacrifice the small things. That do not spend your energy on those minor matters, but they let that go away, don't worry about it. So, guard your spiritual wealth. So, he used to give that example that in villages where they would have the granaries, the grain important would be stored there, but then the mice would enter and finish the grain. So, to prevent that, they would make some puffed rice and then spread it around, so that the mice would be busy eating that and the grain remains that safe. So that is how these minor things, although very nice, let those demons have, so that the effort will continue. Otherwise, in between, there will be this problem. So, we shall discuss what all other things came up next time. We shall conclude with this closing chant. Please chant loudly. This is the third verse of Bhagavatam. The opening chant is the first verse. This is the third verse. Sometimes we will take up the second verse also. Anyway. निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुर्हो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः. O devotees, quaff, quaff to intoxication this nectar of the fruit of the tree of Vedas, flowing from the mouth of the great sage Shuka and mixed with the ambrosia from his words. Any question? No question here. Any question upstairs? No question. Wow, we are getting early release today. Let us conclude with this chant. मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल, केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल, मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल, केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल। कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल, कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल, कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल, कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल। मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल, केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल, केशव माधव हरि